Hey guys. Okay. So now, as I was saying a few days ago, I actually get asked out, or no, let me just say where I'm at, an area that I'm at in Georgia, in Atlanta, Georgia. We all know it's hot Atlanta for a reason, right? I get hit on probably daily. I mean, if I leave my house, guys will talk to you. They'll holler at you. That don't mean that I give them a time of day. But when guys try to talk to you, or men, or older gentlemen, or whatever, whoever is trying to talk to me, I do get asked frequently, especially when I first moved here. My husband had just died, right? Like, why are you single? I get to ask that, like, why are you single? You're pretty enough, you should have. And I simply say, because I want to be. Okay, that's the answer right now. Because I want to be. Okay, because I choose to, right? And the reason why is because maybe, like my friend's husband says, I'm too picky. And so be it. I'll accept it. Because I know that I'm not looking for anybody. I know that the right man at any given time in my life, Jehovah always sends me what I need. He always sends somebody my way, right? So I don't mind going on dates, and I don't mind talking or whatever, and, hey, having a good time or something like that. But when it comes to a relationship, I know I definitely have lots of stipulations. Like one of them is, you can't swing both ways, so if you're a man in this area and you want to be on the down low, or you want to also have relationships with men or something like that, that's going to be a no-go for me. If you tell me, yeah, you're married, and is that a problem? I literally have men say that to me, and literally have had men say that to me, yeah, I'm married, or if you're living with somebody, and that's where she's your booty call. She's your live-in booty call for whatever reason. Your baby mama, or just for whatever reason, she is your live-in P. Okay? But you still date others. Is that a problem? Yeah, that's a problem for me. So because I'm not dealing with these situations, I'm not a situationship type of chick, right? So this is why 99.9% of the guys that I meet, or whatever, men or whatever, they're not going to work for me. They're not going to work for me. I'm not fighting for anybody's attention. I'm certainly not going to do that. I'm not going to deal with a man who is, engaged or married, or thinking about getting married, or can get pushed into being married, or just had a child, or if your child is still in diapers, okay, that's going to be, because you're going to have baby mama drama. You just are. There's only one way you're not going to have that, and that is if she's deceased. And I'm just keeping it real, because I lost a husband, so I know that people do pass away unexpectedly. And so that could happen, okay? And I'm just keeping it real, right? But these men out here with all these types of situations that they think they can just come up and talk to somebody, talk to me, or they think that I would just want to accept a relationship like that, or be in whatever it is that they want to just give me. Like, you can, I can holler at you on Sunday, or you can be my West Side chick, or you can be my East Side girl. What? I don't know. I don't know if I have stupid stamped on my head or what, but that's not going to work for me, right? So these are boundaries. These are things called boundaries. Now, no non-negotiables. When I say non-negotiables, I mean we're not coming back from. If you do swing both ways, and that's what you want, that's the lifestyle that you have, if that's what you desire, or if you're trying to push that desire down, like you're not sure if you want a man, or if you're not, if you're not sure about that, okay, I'm not the woman for you. I'm not dealing with that. I'm not here to fix that for you, okay? I'm not judging you, and I'm not judging anybody for their lifestyle. I'm not here to judge anybody. I really don't care what you do in your private time, as long as it doesn't push on me. I don't want it over here is what I'm saying, okay? When it comes to a personal relationship, when it comes to a actual personal relationship, that's not an issue that I want to deal with. Okay, I definitely like a man's man who knows he likes women, female. That's just non-negotiable for me. Non-negotiable is if you think you can hit a woman. If you think you can put your hand on a woman. If you think in any way, shape, or form that you can bully a woman or me for that matter, that you can lay hands on me in any type of way, or that you can throw threats my way, or something like that. That's non-negotiable. You will be out of my life. I will remove you out of my life, and I will remove myself out of your life. You understand? It's not going to work. It won't work. I don't care if we have children together. I don't care who you are. You're not going to put your hands on me. I don't love like that. That's disrespectful to me. And I expect, at a bare minimum, the same respect. And if you think it's okay to touch women, or if you have issues with that, what you really have is anger management. And I don't want to deal with that either. I don't want someone who has anger management issues. I'm too old for that. No. Go back to kindergarten where you learn how to take a time out and sit in the corner and think about it. Okay, do whatever you need to do. Go take care of that. That's not the life for me. I will remove myself from you. Male or female, for that matter. Okay? I talked about some of these already in the last video, but it's kind of crazy how these things, it's just kind of crazy how being single at this age and in this area where so much is widely acceptable and so much is okay, the conversations, it's just crazy that this is why a lot of us who have our mind, and a lot of us who are attractive, who have something going for us, who are decent women, that's why we are single, right? And I've only, I'm also choosing right now to be in this space, right? Also because, like I said, I'm reevaluating a lot of things. I have plenty of men who would want to be in a relationship with me. I've got plenty of that. I'm not desperate to be in a relationship. I enjoy my alone time. I enjoy my private time. I'm not codependent, okay? Now, there are times in my life where, money, and I'm not talking about money does come and go. And there are times when you are down on your luck or whatever, and you need a helping hand. Absolutely. I was widowed. Everybody has up and down as a part of life. That's not what I'm talking about. But the type of codependency that I'm talking about is where you just want a man to take care of every single thing for you, right? You just, the life that I'm talking about. A lot of you women, and I do makeup for a living. I talk to a plenty of women, and I'm talking about the women who are just, they're codependent, okay? They haven't taken much time to develop themselves personally on the inside, okay? They might have taken time to work on their outside, maybe, or whatever, but they haven't taken much time to develop the mind or their skill set, or they haven't taken time to actually think about marriage and what it really means and what it means to God, and if you really want that, right? Like actually taking time to study marriage, men, women, relationships, things like that, books, reading, knowledge, right? But you think because you are pretty, or maybe because you went to school at a certain school, or you graduated somewhere, or you come from a certain family, or because you're light skinned, okay? I definitely hear this. Other women think that of me before even asking me or even thinking. I don't think that of myself. I don't think because I'm light skinned I should just get some sort of special treatment. No, I don't think that should even exist for me personally. For me. In fact, for me, I'm not even attracted to light skin, right? Anyway, that's a joke. Everybody has their likes and dislikes. But anyway, the point is, I will have other people's projections of that issue projected onto me. They'll think that I have that, right? Or that I feel that way. I do not. No, I do not. I think a woman should carry her weight, just like a man should carry a weight. Like you both should have that, right? I don't think that it is okay to just be, out here and sprinkle, and just get whatever you want. Sprinkle. No, I'm not about that life. I'm putting it out there. I'm not about that life. No. I actually am very strong-willed. I actually do have my own passions. I actually do my own thing. And actually I don't really want any man out here who is going to try to, come at me with his money, his cars, his house, his this, his that, and think that that's what's going to impress me. No. In fact, when I got married to my second husband, one of the things that impressed me about him the most, and he is a sweetheart, so let me put that out there. He has many good attributes, many good attributes. It doesn't mean that we should be married and that we are compatible. But I also knew this before we actually got married. So to be very fair, I take responsibility, right, for my decisions. But we are still friends today, and I love him. But one of the things that I remember about him that impressed me the most about him is one day we were coming out of the bathroom at a rest stop, and I am the type of person that I tend to stop wherever I'm at. If I see a flock of birds or something, and if I have bread or something in the car or whatever, if I have chips in the car or something with me, I will throw them out because I like to feed the birds. I just do. It's just one of my things, right? I mean, I just like to feed the birds. But when I was coming out of the bathroom, I saw him. He had went back to his car and was throwing out bread to the birds. And it warms my heart. It warms my heart. And I know that might sound so silly or something and simple, but let me tell you how I look at that. I look at that as somebody, and he is a man of God. He is a godly man. I look at that as somebody who cares about God's creations. Jehovah says even the birds are fed. They make sure they're fed, right? So that speaks to my heart. Those are types of things, right, that speak to my heart. Now, you see, that has nothing to do with money. And so that's the point, right? That for me, it's a no. If you are materialistic, and if your goals in life have everything to do with just money, things, cars, material things that literally mean nothing, really, in the grand scheme of life. And when I say that, I mean, like, on your deathbed, okay, you're not going to be thinking about, man, I wish I could have drove my whatever, Mercedes, Tesla, whatever, longer, or did this and did that. I wish I had a couple more $1 million in the bank. Okay, what I experienced when my husband died, and this is truthful, what I experienced when my husband died, when I was in the hospital looking at him, he was young, he was handsome, he was beautiful. And what I remember thinking in that moment was, there was no amount of money that anybody possessed on earth that can make that man get up. There's no amount of money. It's a complete lack of control. You have no control over a person's expiration date. You have no control over that, right? So you realize in that moment, for me, I absolutely realized that money is important. Money is important, but it is not the most important thing. It is not the most important thing. So if you're out here running your life, and spinning your wheels and running on a hamster wheel, or all for the glory of money, all to buy this or to buy that or to look a certain way or to have a certain reputation, you are wasting your time. You're wasting your time. You are sowing into something that's not going to pay you back. Because when it's your time to go, the only thing you're going to care about is the relationship and the relationships that you cultivated. That's it. When I was looking at my husband, all I wanted to do was to turn the hands of time back. And it's been 12 years. It's been 12 years. It doesn't matter. When you lose somebody who was your soulmate, who you loved and you were in love, you were not ready for him to go. You were not divorced. You didn't give that person a self-expiration date from your life, right? He had 2 young boys, and he just dropped out of he had a massive heart attack, left chamber. For me, it was a life-changing event in the way that it put major perspective on everything for the rest of my life. It put major perspective. And I realized what was really important. And it wasn't that I was actually chasing after material things even at that point, right? But it changed my perspective on life. Number one, how short it is. That's number one. Number two, love. Love really is the most important thing. Love is the most important thing. God created us to love. He created us to be loved. And he created us for the purpose of sharing love, right? And when time is up, you are going to ask yourself and you are going to wonder, did I love that person enough? Did I show enough love? Did I shower them with enough love? Did I care for them enough? Now, that was my personal take as far as how I felt then and why it has affected me even to this day. I'm a very changed person because of that experience, right? That experience, it changed me on so many levels. And so I feel like a lot of these guys, a lot of these men, right? I look a certain way or whatever, and they might think I'm younger than what I am. They might think I'm older, whatever. They might think I'm more superficial, or I literally have had guys tell me I'm their trophy. They want me to be their trophy. And I know that's cute. That can be taken as a compliment, I guess. But I think that it's like I'm about so much more, right? So if you're only wanting somebody to go to your Falcons game with you, and that's it, okay, I'm not going to be the one for you. You understand? So that's going to also take out about half the men that I meet, who just want a trophy or somebody to make their ex jealous. No. Don't use me to make your ex jealous. No. Because that's not how I operate, right? That's not how I operate. If I decide to be in a relationship with you and I want to be in a relationship with you or whatever, you're going to feel my love, right? So I am looking for equal give and take, energies that are matched. If I'm putting out so much love, I want that much love back, right? So that right there also does take out, that rules a lot of men, that rules them out, right? I have my little list here. And I talked about a lot of these already. No violence, no narcissists, nobody who's married, nobody who's down low, no third parties of any kind, no baby mamas that are trying to rule your life, or whatever. A third party can also be an overbearing mother, a mother who is a narcissist, a mother who thinks they can control their adult children. Yeah, I don't operate by that either. My mother is not that way. I am not that way. We can be maybe strong in our opinions, but I'm not going to go to any great lengths to bring my child home. And that's what Jaden, my son, he left early, just like I did, or he left too soon or whatever. And I tried to tell him, and bye. That was a door. He made his life harder, but he's come out of it. He is beautiful, and I love my son. And he is doing so well, and he's and I'm proud of him. I'm very, very proud of him. He's doing his thing. So, but in any case, I'm not going to go through any great lengths at any age of my children to control what they want to do, right? Live your best life, whatever that is, and I'm going to be here to support you. If it's over the phone, if it's in person, and best way that I can, as a parent, I'm here to support you, right? And I don't want to deal with a man who is really essentially a mama's boy, right? And I say that respectfully because my first husband he was a mama's boy, and I loved him. I loved Travis so much. But his mama tried to choke me 3 weeks before we got married, okay? She overstepped her boundaries on so many occasions with me and him, okay? And he wasn't strong enough to put her in her place. It happened eventually. It happened where we came to a mutual respect. But the first time I ever heard that woman say, I love you to me, was at my husband's funeral, okay? I have two of your grandchildren. And we're talking about 17 years later. I was with my first husband for 17 years. That's the first time you're going to ever say, I love you to me? No. So, that's another third party that it's like, if you got a mama like that, she needs to be put in check, okay? Your time to try to develop your children to the best of your ability is when they're young and when they're living with you. If you didn't do a good enough job during that time, then you better pray about it, kiss it to Jesus, give it to Jesus, you pray about it, and continue to pray for them. That's it. And you move on, forgive yourself for not whatever, and let them go. You got to let them go, okay? You could be the matriarch of the family, and I understand that. We can respect you, but overstepping your boundaries is like, you know, trying to get up all in the mix of who you're dating and what you're doing and this, that, and the third. No, I don't play that. No. I don't play that. Okay, I'm queen bee of my household. I always have been, and if it's my house that I'm living at, it's my kitchen. Yes, that's the way it's going to be. Now, I'm also not talking about when you have to have a family member live with you or your mother live with you. I definitely am a huge advocate of family members living with you, taking care of family members, and especially your elders, especially your elderly or your mother, your grandmother, stuff like that. But they don't need to be overstepping boundaries, okay? And that's where that's where you have to stand up for yourself, okay? Especially if you are in your 30s and 40s, and definitely by your 50s. I hope you're not dealing with that. Okay, so that is something that is definitely, you know, is on the list. When I say third parties, it's third parties of any kind. Okay, overbearing sisters, overbearing mothers, overbearing aunties, anybody who is trying to be overbearing in your life, which then spills over onto me as your significant other, because it's not going to work with me. It's not going to work with me. I respectfully listen to what anybody has to say. And that's the end. I can listen to you. But I'm not going to guarantee that I'm going to do anything, or that I'm going to take your opinion, or I'm going to take your advice, and I'm not going to guarantee that I'm going to listen to you over and over again just because you don't like what I am doing, right? We're all adults here. Let's treat each other like that. We're all adults. We can agree to disagree. That's what being an adult is. Agreeing to disagree. Okay. Anyway, so I'm trying to keep these videos to about 20 minutes or less. So that's it for this one.